Welcome into SBR Madness for Sunday, March 24th. He's Maxwell Smart. I am Drew Martin. We're breaking down the Sunday card, little recap of the Saturday card. Also, look maybe ahead to the Sweet 16 as well. Sorry about the late start, guys. Little tech issues on the back end, but without further ado, happy Sunday morning to you, Max. Welcome in. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. It was definitely nice to get that last win on that Auburn game. I know that you felt significantly good about that win for your alum. And obviously, I'm fading Mr. Poison, so Mr. Poison is filling my pockets, and I thank you, Mr. Poison. Your fades have been fantastic.
Mr. Poison, tell me a little bit about Mr. Poison.
Mr. Poison is a man with apparently a little bit too much money, and he is feeding the bookies and growing their estates. So there are some very sharp guys on Twitter that are letting us know when this particular Mr. Poison is laying a bet, and I've been able to fade his plays and make some money. He was on Gonzaga, he was on Kansas, and we know how those spreads worked out. So this is a guy that was fading a couple guys on VSiN on their first play totals and was losing a shitload of money. And well, he's carried over that trend and method to college basketball, to March Madness. I believe that he's almost down $500,000 in 3 days of tournament games.
I feel very, very bad for him. And that is a tough way to start out the first start of March Madness. But guys, welcome in again. Sorry about the late start, the tech difficulties on the back end. And we'll just start off right at the top, Max. Iowa, Tennessee. We got Big Ten versus SEC. Early tip here, 12:10 Eastern. Hawkeyes catching 8. It's 8 pretty much across the board. There is one 8.5 out there, but 8 is the prevailing number. 155.5 the total at SBR odds. We got the 10 seed Iowa Hawkeyes. They look good round one, man, versus the Tennessee Vols. How would you look to bet this one?
Yeah, I don't have a bet on the side right now on this game. I'd be looking towards Tennessee in this spot. I do think that Lucas Garza is going to be able to have some offensive effectiveness down low versus Tennessee team. And with Tyler Cook doesn't usually have two bad games in a row, so I look for him to have a good scoring game. I just think that Tennessee has to be on their toes. They have to be way stronger on the ball. I think that starts and ends with Jordan Bone. He's the guy running the offense, and I think that Lamonte Turner has a good opportunity if he can get open for some three-point shots to give some extra offense to the offense that we know we're going to get from Admiral Schofield and Grant Williams. So I think that with this total way that it is and at the number that is, I'm on the under already. And on the side, as far as I'm looking, I'd be looking at maybe the dog on the first half and then Tennessee on the full game, but I have no bets on either as of right now.
In how do you view the athleticism for Iowa? In my opinion, it's not top echelon. You know, we're getting down to, you know, the Sweet 16, the round of 32. And just athletically speaking, especially for the major conferences, I think they're up against it here. And Tennessee is a very athletic team, especially their bigs. They can move well. How much of an issue do you think that will be for the Hawkeyes?
Yeah, it all depends on how Lucas Garza and aggressive his defense is, because if he's going to get into foul trouble, that just puts more stress on the rest of this Iowa lineup. But they have some players on this team that if they perform a certain way, they seem to just do well. Well, obviously you have a Bohannon, so you know that you have a gritty guy who's going to be solid on the point and he's going to play good defense and not give up. And then Wieskamp. So I was looking at a stat about him, and when he scores in double digits in Iowa's win-loss record, it's quite exceptional. The ATS record's also quite profitable. So there are some factors on this Iowa team that do make me think if they can hit jump shots, they can stay in this game with Tennessee. And we know what Tennessee is always down to oblige a jump shooting battle. So I think that Tennessee takes it to the bucket and is aggressive and is able to handle Iowa's guard defensive switches. I think that Tennessee should be able to roll. I just think that Iowa may have some extra juice left in and they may be able to hang around for 20 minutes.
All right, Max. And guys, happy Sunday morning out there. We got Chris Cargo in the chat box saying Taco Falls gangliness play of the day, Buffalo +4. That's Taco Falls gangliness play of the day from Chris. Buffalo +4. Dom the Don, welcome in. What's up, guys? How about them Knowles? Sweet 16 bound, Dom. Congrats, man. Sasha in here. Sup Legends, have an epic day. Cobra Sports 609. What's going on, everyone? Welcome in, Cobra Sports. Michael Perez in the house. Henry, what's up, buddy? Robbie Troops, Buffalo, liking Buffalo. So a consensus Buffalo here early on in the chat. Gabriel Hernandez, morning to you. Try. Miami live, your chats. We got Indy in the house. What's up, Indy? You were ready for the show. Sorry I didn't get back to you on Twitter. Was working feverishly to get the show going on the back end of YouTube. If anybody has seen it, they did change their back end interface. So it was a little confusing to me. That's why the 10-minute delay there, getting the link over to Max and getting us going. I guess you could blame it on me. Sorry about that. I'm running with you, Gabriel, on that play. We got Sean Richardson in the house. This round is about the quality of athletes on the floor and available on the bench. That's from Sean, and I think he's on to something. You know, 1 day rest. We went over this yesterday, Max, as far as coaching angles not mattering as much with the 1 day turnaround in the round of 32 compared to, say, the round of 64, or even next week with the round of 16. You're getting more days to prepare. What about the bench, like Sean's saying, the quality of athletes on the floor and the availability of the bench players? How much are you factoring the bench players?
Yeah, 100%. I agree with Sean there. I think that the bench obviously plays a lot into it. I'll quote the great Dan Kelly. In rounds 1 to 3, that's where the coaching comes in, and 2 to 4 is when the players come in. So we're in round 2, players are coming in. That's where I look at it. Pretty plain and simple.
And we got a couple guys saying everybody on Walford complaining and crying. Not if you were on Kentucky. That was a pretty good ending there in the way it finished. We got, the play of the day. What can I say? It finally bounced my way, so that's a good ending, at least for people that followed on the Kentucky play. Morning cappers from DJ Big Boss. Your boy DJ Big Boss is in the house, Max.
Yeah, love my DJ. Always looking for, can I get my DJ? Where's my DJ? Where's my DJ? And obviously, shout out to DJ Big Boss for putting out some great college basketball content yesterday on his Who's Bangin' Sports Talk YouTube channel. So definitely check that out. Support the Big Boss like I do.
Yeah, he's pretty funny on there, man. Buffalo is a high-paced team, but Texas Tech can control the pace. That's from Sean. We got Undercity today. Duke, UNC, Tennessee, Virginia Tech. Looking towards the under, I am guessing. We got Max, what's happening from Indy. Man, bunch of people in the chat. Thanks for joining us, guys. Over 200 people watching right now. We do appreciate it, and please smash the like button. We'll head down the card here. Max, we got the number 9 seed Washington. Only 9 seeds. Remember, all the 9 seeds beat the 8 seeds this year. 2:40 Eastern tip. This game on CBS. Washington versus North Carolina, the number 1 seed, for the right to play the Auburn Tigers in the Sweet 16. 150 the total, -12. There is an 11.5 out there. That's what UNC's laying in this one. Would you look to lay doubles with UNC, or are you looking towards the Pac-12 Huskies?
Yeah, I just gotta look at the Huskies just from a point perspective and just from a public concentration of wagers perspective. This is North Carolina, so anybody that can wager legally in America is probably going to be putting a little bit, maybe $5, $10 on North Carolina. If they are watching the game, I think a lot of people will be watching the game. I'll be jumping on Washington. I know I've been harping on the Pac-12, talking about how Washington doesn't belong. Ray. I can be wrong. I was a little 420'd up. I'll put it on that. I'm jumping on the Huskies. I think that they're able to stay within this number. I think that the defense shows up today. I think that they're not going to run and gun with North Carolina, so it's just going to be about can they slow them down. I think that they have the athletes, the size, and the defensive zone schematics to do so. And I think that Washington just needs to be able to adjust at halftime to what they're not doing right, and I think that they're going to be able to hang in this number. I just can't put my trust in a team and a number that's moving because there's just going to be a shitload more wagers coming in on them.
Okay, that makes sense. We got Ron Lofton also saying Drew Auburn looked very nice, looked very good last night. They absolutely did. Maxwell saying, I think this has been a real ass clencher of a tournament. Max, you want to explain it?
Yeah, listen. If you've been betting any side or spread or total, it's been one of those types of tournaments where literally you're sitting there, your ass is clenched. It's like, oh man, is this gonna hit? Am I gonna lose? Like, what's gonna happen? Do I hedge? Do I live play? Like, you're borderline losing control. So, a lot of games have been like that, especially for me. That's why my live action has been in such high volume, but the volume's been working for me so far, aside from a couple days ago. But yeah, this tournament is just something that you just can't really get too comfortable and relaxed while watching when you got so many different wagers and money on it.
Also, Sebastian saying, I thought that +5 Wofford was totally going to hit. I can't be mad though. It's been a great week. Haha. Yeah, Sebastian, good thing you're up. That was it was a hell of a game. I give it to Wofford. They surprised me. They're a lot better than I thought they would be. I thought the athleticism for Kentucky would take over a little bit more than it did. And the circus has begun. Yeah, it has been a wild tournament. I agree with you. I mean, I've started to look more towards the dogs just because of how close these games are coming towards the end of the games. It's just not, at least in my opinion, not as many blowouts as in past tournaments. All right, we'll get back into breaking down the games. Hit the chat box in just a minute. Max, my favorite matchup here: number 9 versus number 1. Another 9 versus 1. 5:15 Eastern tip here. We got the UCF Knights versus the Duke Blue Devils. Duke laying 13 across the board. There is a 13.5 out there, but 13 is the prevailing number. 143.5 the total. We got Taco Fall, Zion Williamson. This is a great matchup, man. I mean, Duke is obviously the heavy favorite here, laying doubles. I wouldn't count UCF out, though, man. Taco Fall, there was something about him in this round one. And this is a UCF team. I've seen him play a lot. In Taco, it's not that he doesn't play 100%, but he really kind of pumps the brakes running down. And when he gets the ball, he's pumping the brakes, like almost not getting injured, but just because he's so long and lanky. And in round one, man, he was going after it. He had a different type of look in his eye. He was wanting the ball, and when he got the ball, he was going to the rim. I don't know if you noticed that in round one, and if you think that will carry over to round two here. But how are you looking about UCF Duke, man?
I've already bet it twice. I bet UCF. I got the 13.5, and I bet the full game under. I think that Taco Fall is definitely going to have to, well, UCF's going to have to make a very consistent effort to slow this game down, because we know what RJ Barrett's going to do when he has the ball. We know what Trey Jones is going to do when he has the ball. They're not going to try and take it slow. UCF's definitely going to have to control the pace, and I think that they're going to have to make a very educated and well-planned effort to try and get Zion Williamson into foul trouble. That is the one part of his game that you can find a little bit of daylight in, and I think that's what you got to do. You get Zion off the floor, you can stay within this game. I was very disappointed with, well, with the way that Taco Fall is taking falls. When you're that big and you hit the ground and you fall, that hurts a lot more than like when a guy like me falls and hits the ground. I'm worried about him getting banged up. I'm worried about him getting injured. That is my one fear whenever I watch Taco Fall play. As great and tall as he is, he's very fragile. So I worry about that, and I worry about if they can get Taco Fall into foul trouble, because if Taco Falls into foul trouble, I sort of think that gives a better edge to UCF, because then you bring Chad Brown off the bench, and I think Chad Brown's a very energizing junkyard type of front court player. So we'll see what happens. But I'm already on UCF. I'm already on the under, and if I get confirmation that Red Girl's on the under, I will be even more comfortable with it.
Yeah, welcome in, Red Girl. She's been hot, 9-2 on her plays yesterday. So congrats there, Red Girl. And what are you thinking about how Duke's going to match up from a defensive standpoint against Taco Fall?
I would like to see Duke run a zone. I just think that the best way for Duke to deal with Taco Fall on offense is just to force him out of the spots that he's going to be looking to get to. He doesn't want to be too far from the bucket most of the time, and he doesn't want to have to dribble it too much. So I think that the bigger factor is how do you defend Taco Fall on out of bounds plays? How do you defend that height when literally you could just toss it up to the bucket and there's about a 70% chance that he's going to be able to get the defining touch on it? That's what I'm more worried about. I'm more worried about some of these more insignificant seeming like plays that he has the advantage in, and that's one of them that I see being a major problem for Duke, and I don't know how they're going to defend it. It's very hard to scout for your scout team to replicate Taco Fall's size, and there's no one on Duke's roster that's able to do that.
And Max, when you look at how Duke's kind of percentages here, they're not the best rebounding team. They're not the best 3-point shooting team. They do defend the three very well. So I could see your kind of compacting it into a zone, helping out a guard Taco Fall. But as you do that, it opens up the for him to distribute to other people. He's a pretty decent passer, and also Duke struggles on the free throw line. So like those are as far as coming down late here in the tournament, I do agree that Duke is the most talented team in the country, but there are a lot of major kind of analytics here. The numbers don't really point towards, at least in my opinion, Duke being a really good bet on team down the stretch here. They don't hit threes. They don't hit free throws. They're not the best rebounding team. So this matchup against UCF with the tallest player in the country, at least talent-wise, is Taco Fall. I could see him having a really big day today. And I like your bets on UCF, man. Anything in conclusion here before we move down the card?
Yeah, I just think that it's going to be more about what happens with the guard play for UCF. I think that's really what the determining factor is, whether they stay in this game or not. If BJ Taylor and Aubrey Dawkins aren't having one of their best games of the season, they're going to get blown away, because we know what Trey Jones can do when he's driving into the paint. He is one of the best drive and kick point guards that I've watched so far this year, and I think that this is a perfect opportunity matchup-wise for Cam Reddish to go unnoticed and be able to hit a couple of three-point shots before someone realizes and adjusts the defense. That's my one issue.
All right, well, good breakdown there on UCF. Nasty N8 saying, how many chicken tenders do I bring the local stripper girls? I would say as many as possible, right, Max?
Yes, you have to remember that local Popeyes owners are trying to get rich, so we got to help them out. So you buy as many as you can carry with 2 arms.
We got Sebastian in the house saying Tennessee had a scare the other day. I like him to come out on a roll. We did go over that as far as teams struggling round 1 coming out and doing very well in the round of 32. Auburn was one of those teams. That was on yesterday's show, and it seemed to come true at least yesterday. How about Maryland coming back to cover versus LSU from Dawn? The whole game, LSU was up, and they came back to get the cover. Yeah, that was a good game to watch. That was a fun one. Bunch of guys in here. Ron Lofton in the house. Yep, got on that smack that ass play of the day. Very nice, Red. All right. Need a big day down big on Thursday for Mikey. Hopefully we can get you some winners here and best bets at the end. Red Girl, there's a bunch of people asking for your play of the day. Feel free to throw it out there. Guys, throw out your bets as far as what you're liking, play of the day, and feel free to market it any way you would like, and we'll try to get it up here on the show. Excited to start today from Bleds. What's up, Max? Andrew, what's up, man? Big Ragu in the house. How you doing, man? Let's move down the card here, Max. Guys, please smash the like button. We got Buffalo, Texas Tech up next, Max. 6:10 Eastern start here. This one on TNT. The Buffalo Bulls from the MAC, the Texas Tech Red Raiders from the Big 12. 146 the total. Texas Tech -4, arguably the best defense in the country. This is a pretty high total for Texas Tech. That obviously being Buffalo is going to look to push the pace, Max. Good offense here. How are you looking to bet this MAC Big 12 matchup?
Yeah, there's a part of me that doesn't really want to bet this game at all, because I like what both coaches do. I like what both coaches get out of their roster, and Chris Beard is just one of the most intense impressive coaches that you can play for in the March Madness tournament. And with them laying 4 points, it does make me want to take them, but I just can't right now. I don't have a play on this game, side or total. I'd be looking towards Buffalo with the points, and that's just me wanting some plus money action. But I think that these two teams are very good at contrasting in styles. The difference being Buffalo can score the ball quite at a higher rate, higher pace, where Buffalo can also match the kind of defense that Texas Tech is going to play. It's going to come down to Matt Mooney for Texas Tech. We know that Jared Culver is going to be able to slash and drive to the bucket. We know that Jared Culver is going to be able to get his shot off. I just think that Matt Mooney has to be able to create turnovers on defense. He has to give really good defense, man-to-man defense on lead guards, and I think that he has to shoot the ball well. We expected Matt Mooney to be a much better offensive specimen in the Big 12. That has yet to show itself. I don't think it will, so I need Matt Mooney to bring some of the intangibles that you're not going to see on the stat sheet, and that is help defense. That is making the right pass that gets it to the next pass that gets the primary assist. The problem is Buffalo just is deep. They're senior laden. This is a very bad matchup for Texas Tech. And if you're twisting my arm, I'm going to be getting on Buffalo because I believe in Buffalo's offense more than I believe in Texas Tech's offense.
All right, that makes sense. And a lot of times the more talented offense does come through. So I could see that. I like Texas Tech to advance. I just don't want to lay the 4. We've seen it time and time again with these close numbers coming down to the end, and I really don't want to lay 4. If it gets under 3, I would like it, but that's likely not going to happen at this point. We got Dom saying you can man them up, talking about the Duke game. Duke doesn't need to go zone, plus Taco getting the ball in and out of bounds is a situation where it won't happen the whole game. That is true. We'll see what Coach K does. Not sure. It will be an interesting kind of matchup there, how they're going to match up with Taco. A couple other guys in the chat box. I think Taco gets pushed around today by the Duke Blue Devils. Duke is a next level athleticism team compared to UCF, so it is something UCF hasn't seen as well. Got to focus on the dogs from here on out. From Bleds, I agree with you. Zion will dunk on Taco. Probably. How do you think that matchup will go? Zion versus Taco. Do you think there'll be any kind of dunk fest or anything like that?
I can't give an opinion on that. I don't think that they're going to be matched up against each other, first off. But every time that Zion goes to the bucket, Taco will be there, so there will be an interaction. I just have no idea what is going to happen as far as if he's going to be able to dunk on him or not. I'm sure that they'll want to, because who doesn't want to dunk on a fucking 7-foot-something guy?
Talking about the Buffalo game, Dom saying Buffalo is very fun to watch. I must say this will be a very interesting game. Athletes too strong for Buffalo. Texas Tech athletes, I'm guessing you're saying. We got Houston as a deadlock today, first half and full game from San Antonio. Slim, like in Houston today. We'll get to that game in just a minute. If I'm not mistaken, Texas Tech is top 5 in offensive efficiency the last 10 games. That's from Rusty Shackelford. That's something to watch. They have improved towards the latter half of the season. I do know that because their overs have been hitting an obscene rate in the end of Big 12 play. Nike will pay another $100 million for a dunk. We got Taco going to be fast enough to get in Zion's way? Question mark. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. We're going to move down the card here, Max. We got Liberty, Virginia Tech up next, the 12-4 matchup here. 124.5 or 125 being the total, minus 8.5. That's Virginia Tech laying in this one. How are you looking to bet Liberty versus Virginia Tech?
Drew, I don't even know why you're asking me how I'm going to bet this game. I think you know how I'm going to bet this game. I'm going to bet Liberty, 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 Liberty. I'm only betting Liberty. Like, I understand that Justin Robinson's back. He played really good. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, he's a Canadian. I got love for him. But come on, it's Scotty James time. Scotty James. I just was really impressed with the perseverance, the shot making of this team, the rebounding, the fact that they were able to go up against a front court like Mississippi State with so much size and were able to prevail. I think that this Liberty team don't bite my head off and don't fucking rip me a new one, but they got Cinderella written all over them. Upperclassmen, good coach, solid defense, good fundamental basketball that they play. They hit clutch 3-point shots, and they have 6 or 7 guys that they can go to that can take over the scoring load. So, you want to give me another Caleb Holmesley 30-point game? I'll take it. You want to give me a fucking beastly performance by Scotty James where he goes 20 and 15? I'll take it. I think that's the kind of performance that we're going to get from the Liberty Flame today. They are playing a different animal in Virginia Tech, but Virginia Tech's going up against a different animal in Liberty. Liberty has a lot better fundamentals, free throw shooting, 3-point shooting than St. Louis, and I think that they play a better quality defense. I think Virginia Tech is going to have to try and speed this game up. I think that both teams are going to make shots. I'm already on Liberty +9. I'm on the over 124.5, and I'm going to be watching this game. And if Liberty wins, I will be crying for a second time in a week.
Liberty, the Flames from Maxwell Smart. I like it, man. Good stuff. Staying with your team, your bread and butter there. A bunch of guys in the chat with opinions on this game and some. We got first time watching the show, guys. Good stuff so far. That's from Dom Lara. Welcome in, Dom. Please help us out with the like button. And 300 watching, in the words of somebody very wise, don't be a lurker. 310 people watching, only 63 likes, guys. Help us out. Don't be a lurker. But bong rip play of the day, Ohio State, Houston over 61 first half from Ron Lofton. That is the bong rip play of the day. Ohio State, Houston over 61 first half. Liberty AD program is getting cute with all the realignment in different conferences. It's paying off. Liberty is in the Conference USA, right, Max?
No, Liberty is in the Atlantic Sun.
Atlantic Sun in basketball, but in football, I believe they're trying to get in the Conference USA.
Oh, I don't watch football like that, Drew. I'm just a college basketball guy.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just speaking off the top of my head. Love the Red Raiders defense, but no chance they lock down Buffalo. Leaning over, could see an 82-78 type of game. That's from Oscar, like in the over in the Buffalo game. Max, you need a Liberty hat, bro.
Yes, I do need a Liberty hat. And I understand that a lot of you guys want to go with Virginia Tech. That is your own prerogative, but I just feel that I got to go with Liberty on this spot. And I do need a Liberty hat, but unfortunately, Liberty hats are not very attractive. I've looked at Liberty hats, and I don't really find myself too inclined to buy one. I'd rather have a Scotty James jersey.
Scotty James jersey. Where do you normally get your hats?
I have to order them from Lids, but I have to. It takes a while because I don't like to pay for the express package. You know, I want as little cost as possible because I got to pay the duties. You know, I don't like paying duties, but that's why I want to come to America and I want to stay in America. You know, give me a freaking fake name, give me some freaking health insurance because I'm coming from Canada where we got the free health care, so I need my health insurance if I come down there. But yeah, I will buy jerseys. I will buy lots of hats. It'll be heaven for me. I'll have ESPN, all different channels. Oh my God. Wow, I'm getting a little flushed. Oh, you lucky, lucky Americans.
All I want to do is come to America. You just want to live the American dream, don't you, Max?
I do. I love American women. I love American sports. I love American fashion. You know, that's enough for me to live in America.
American women, huh? What's the difference between an American woman and a Canadian woman?
There's more American women than there are Canadian.
But then there's more American guys, so the competition is more, no?
Not necessarily. There may be more men identifying with the LGBT community. And I always encourage other men to identify with that because it's obviously less competition for me. So, yeah, that's how I look at it.
I 100% agree with you. I think you're onto something, actually. And absolutely, man. It's less competition for you and me, man.
Yeah, I empower other men to embrace their true sexual orientation and not to be ever ashamed of it. You are who you are, you love who you love, and you want to sleep with who you want to sleep with. Maxwell Smart supports that. Local strippers support that. You should support that also.
Less competition for Maxwell Smart. All right, we got Tori Coker in here. Drew and Max always giving out cash money. Local strippers watching with their G-strings on on a Sunday. All right. Well, the over-under on strippers watching right now at 1.5. Are you taking the over or under, Max?
I'll take the under.
That's probably a sharp play right there on the under. Oh, guys, in the chat box, lighten it up. Thanks for chiming in, guys. This is great. Max should try Hotel Del Rey from MVC. You know what the Hotel Del Rey is?
Yes, that is some classic Jimmy the Bag lingo, and yes, we know about the Hotel Del Rey.
It's definitely a scene, man. It's tough to explain. You got to just go and check that one out in San Jose, Costa Rica. We got the strippers love your Liberty pick. Their asses are clamping from that pick, so that's good enough for me. That's from Tori. Strippers liking the Liberty pick. All right, crazy. More guys don't see that. Bring backs to America. Play of the day. Tennessee first half -4.5 from Gabriel. Bringing Max to America. If there's any ladies out there maybe interested in a marriage something from a Canadian guy, would you be up for that, Max?
As long as I get sexual privileges, because I can't marry someone if I'm not frickin' being able to put my my efforts and my energy into my craft.
I see. Yeah, you gotta consummate the marriage. I believe it's what it's referred to as. So yeah, I'm with you.
3 times a day.
Maybe 3 times a week.
No, 3 times a day, or no deal.
And, all right,
and 20 grand.
You'll pay 20 grand.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I think the going rate on that.
I gotta save my budget for the ladies of the night if I'm getting married and moving to America, you know?
No, that's true. I'm down here in South Florida, and it's kind of like a thing. Like, people talk about that, but I think the going rate for like marrying somebody in that situation, it's more like from south of the border here is 10 grand. So if you're paying 20 grand, you're paying a premium.
Well, then I want a premium wife.
3 times a day. All right.
Damn straight.
I get it. Oh man, good stuff, Max. Max, come to Mexico. I'll set you up with a spicy one.
I love a good Mexicana, so no problem. I'll come down there for a piece of that pie any day.
Sí, no problema. Latina, allá in Mexico. Max is looking good today. You're not looking too bad as well, Drew. That's from Evelyn. Evelyn, are you an American? We might have something here. All right. Drew, you don't live in Costa Rica anymore? No, man, I don't. I'm here in Fort Lauderdale. Trying to go back to Costa Rica as much as possible. It's always a fun time. I recommend it if you guys can get down there. It's a great country. We got Rusty Shackelford saying 10 grand when I was in the Keys. So, yeah, it's pretty much the going rate, I think. Fat chicks need love, too, from El Duque. Are you into the bigger type of women, Max?
Well, I prefer a woman that I can lift up and throw around. So if I hit the gym and I get a little stronger, then yes, I would be down with that. But I need to be able to pick a woman up. So if I can't pick her up, then I can't take her home.
Okay, I'm with that. Yeah, you need to be able to that helps to be able to pick them up. U.S. border wall funding play of the day. UCI money line. Cal Irvine money line from Tony. The U.S. border wall funding play of the day. Max moved to Georgia, and your wish will come true. From them dudes, that's from Eric. We got not sure, take the opposite of me, and you'll win. That's from Chris. All right, so guys liking the talk here. We appreciate you chiming in on the chat, guys. A couple things I probably shouldn't read. The strippers love your Liberty pick. All right, made it up, so we can move down the card here. Yeah, let's go ahead and cap some more college basketball. Good talk there, Max. And hopefully we can figure out your love life with an American girl and get you legally set up in the United States of America. We got Oklahoma versus Virginia. Another 9-1 here. All the 9 seeds winning. 7:45 Eastern tip. This one on True TV. 126 the total. 10.5. That's a Virginia Cavaliers laying in this one. Max, first view here. One, I like Virginia. Said it many times. I laid it with them in round 1. They were losing, actually, in the first half. Came back, stormed back. They weren't able to cover the big number, although they kind of won going away. Here against Oklahoma, laying doubles. I still like Virginia. I haven't bet it yet personally, just kind of a little burned from the last one. I will likely get there by tonight. I do like the over, though, 126. I think Oklahoma can put the ball in the bucket enough. And Virginia this year, their offense is good. They'll be able to score, pretty well against the Sooners today. I like the over 126. I also like Virginia minus 10. Haven't bet either. What are you touching today?
Yeah, I touched the under. I'm on it under 127. I think that Virginia is definitely going to be able to carry over the defense that they played in the second half versus Gardner-Webb, and we're going to see a less efficient Oklahoma team. Because let's keep in mind that it's Ian Cameron pointed it out yesterday on Closing Line with us that it's really hard for a team to replicate that near flawless performance that they did in another game. This is a situation where Oklahoma falls into that. Well, they had an unbelievable game versus Ole Miss that they just were completely playing out of character. Well, now you're taking a step up in defense with Virginia. You're playing a team that gets back and isn't going to let you run on the fast break as much. And although Virginia's offense is efficient, I think now with tournament play, their key focus is not allowing teams to have these awesome shooting performances. And what we've seen out of 3 out of the last 4 halves that this Virginia team has played in a tournament, only one half they've been able to limit the shooting. Gardner-Webb shot the shit out of them in the first half. They were able to adjust. I think Virginia carries that on today. I'm on Virginia first half. I'm on Virginia full game, and I've already hit the under at 127.5.
All right, I like your Virginia. I'm going to stay on that. Good breakdown, Max, and I will stay off of the over. But yeah, no, I agree with all your points on Virginia. I'm going to jump on that as soon as the show's over. Yeah, guys liking our talk about the type of women, Max. Just got to read a couple of them here. El Duque saying she should pick you up as well. Equality and all. For equality, women and men should both be able to pick each other up. And Rusty Shackelford coming back at it. I like a woman who can beat me in a fist fight. I don't know, man. Are you into that, Max?
I'm not into the whole closed fist punching because I'm not looking to have black eyes and stuff because it demasculates you from a point. But I'm into like a little bit of choking, maybe a little freaking whipping, like throwing a plate at me. That could turn me on. As long as I don't get knocked out by anything, I'm pretty good with things. And just not too many bruises on the face.
Yeah, no, not for violence in any way. But I've always thought, like, if there's any question, she's too ripped or something, too muscular. I'm just not into that. Are you, Max?
I would like to say something, but I believe it's a little too inappropriate to do so. But I'll say that all women have one quality and characteristic that is the same. So we should always think about it from that perspective.
Okay. MVP Sports Pick saying, I love stripper that farts while she twerks it. Man, MVP's into some crazy stuff, man.
Not into the farting.
No, me neither. I don't know. I guess that's a certain type of guy.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Max.
I really want to talk about this Houston-Ohio State game. Like, this game screams ass clench city to me. And it screams to me on the total and on the side. Can Ohio State play like they did with Keyshawn Woods and CJ Jackson running the backcourt? I am very interested to watch and see what happens in this game. But my whole body is telling me, is like, Max, Cougars, Houston, Cougars. Cougars are definitely on a different level than this Ohio State team on paper. roster-wise. When you look at the good things that Ohio State can do, well, you look at Houston's defensive capabilities and you see guys on that roster that can take care of business. It's going to come down to, can Corey Davis and Armani Brooks shoot the ball consistently for 40 minutes instead of 30? That's what we had happen the other day. I think that it's going to be very important to get your front court involved. So give Brady some more minutes, get Fabian White some touches. I think that you really got to hit this Ohio State team down low. You got to really attack Caleb Wesson, even if you're unsuccessful for a couple trips down the floor. It's worth the chance to try and get him to pick up a quick foul. I think that if you get Wesson off the floor, Houston can mop the floor with Ohio State. But if you can't get Wesson off the floor, I think Ohio State's going to be able to play at a slow, deliberate pace, similar to what Houston's going to want to do. And I think that this is going to be a close game until the end.
So like in the +6 or -6 with Houston?
I like the under in this game. As far as the side, you're going to have to wait a little longer for me on that. But I would be leaning towards Ohio State in the first half and Houston full game.
Okay. And guys, remember the poker tournament on Monday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Pacific time. It's presented by Bovada. Check out SBR Sports Picks for more information. First place prize gets 2 plane tickets to the Final Four in Minneapolis. Also 4 nights hotel stay as well. That will be for first place. Also cash prizes as well. Check out SBR Sports Picks for more information. We got one more tournament game here, UC Irvine versus Oregon, Max, but do want to open it up to any of the other games on the college basketball board that you wanted to throw out there. We got Wichita State, Clemson. We got Nebraska, TCU. Any of the other NIT games you're liking?
I just want to first go back to this Ohio State game. Listen, Ohio State didn't deserve to be in the tournament. Look what they did to Iowa State. Obviously, Iowa State doesn't have a dominant big man, but if this was a blowout, obvious play like some of the plays have been, then why is this line at the number it's at? Why isn't it at 10? Why isn't it at 11? Is Houston not good enough to beat Ohio State by double digits? That's the debate. That's the question that we're going to have to answer. Like I said, I think that Ohio State can hang in first half. I didn't say that they can hang in full game. So let's just try and be a little less critical of any picks that we're giving out here.
Absolutely. Don't be critical too. Max, but did you want to throw any NIT picks out?
Yeah, I'm going to be on all these games because I'm an absolute degenerate. I like Wichita State. I'm going to be leaning towards the over. I'm watching the line move. I don't want to get caught yesterday like in the Texas State game, so I am throwing a little bit of caution into that, but obviously it's at 2 o'clock, so I have some time. I am looking at Wichita State because, listen, Marcus McDuffie does not want his season to end. He does not want his career to end. You can see the same thing on some guys for Clemson, but the fact is Clemson just has not been very efficient shooting-wise. They played with fire. I think if they play with fire versus Wichita State team, they are going to get burned, and they can lose outright on their home floor. I look for Jamarius Burton to be the difference maker in the backcourt for this Wichita State team tonight. And as far as the Xavier Texas game, I'll tell it straight up. I like Xavier. I like Xavier on the money line. I think that they can go into Texas. I think they can beat the Longhorns tonight. No offense to any Longhorn fans, but what motivation does this Texas team have to play? They almost blew it versus South Dakota State, but they figured it out. I think that versus this Xavier team, this is a deep team. You got guys that can come off the bench. You got scoring all the way through. Tajay Marshall's playing great basketball right now. And if you can get good production from a guy like Zach Hankins up front, and you can get a good production from freaking guys like Scruggs on the backcourt, I think that this Xavier team can win this game outright. All
right. And did you want to throw out any other games before we get to UC, the last game on the board?
And then, I was looking at the chat for a couple seconds. I saw that Red Girl likes Harvard, North Carolina State under. I'm a little worried about jumping on that under right now just because we have seen the line move up. And ordinarily with a number in the 150s, I prefer to back it if it's going down. That is a Godfather volume, Greg Peterson tidbit of advice. 65% of games that are lined in the 150s and go down end up hitting under. This doesn't fit that criteria, so I'm looking to get on the over of this game. I just haven't bet it yet. I have to watch the line, and with it being started at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, I do have lots of time.
All right, guys, we got one game left here. Throw out any bets that you're making and why. Also, please smash the like button. We got Gabriel Hernandez giving out some soccer picks. And just so you know, we'll have on the 4 o'clock show throughout the week, we got Rafa, our producer. He's a Costa Rican guy, likes the Costa Rican Premier Division. He's giving out a couple picks here, so he'll continue to do that as well on the afternoon show this week. We got Gabriel saying he's like in Belgium, Poland team total over 1.5 today, and Netherlands, Germany over 2.5. If you're looking to bet any soccer, any degenerate soccer bettors out there, there's some bets for you there. Red Girl, absolutely on that under. We got Oregon will get up versus Cal Irvine. Witten is a monster inside. I just didn't like the scoring drought that Oregon goes through. Yeah, we got this Pac-12 game here. Max, I'll tee it up for you. We got number 13 seed UC Irvine. They were fun to watch in round 1, man, versus the 12 seed Oregon Ducks. 9:40 Eastern tip here on TBS. The late night action, man. The nightcap. We got 125.5 as the total. Oregon -5 in this 12 versus 13 matchup. How you looking to bet it?
Yeah, I'm on the over already. I got 125. I'll say that right now. Put that out there. Yeah, this UC Irvine team definitely showed me the certain paddle that I don't like to bring up and use on myself. I like to use it on my bookie, but apparently that didn't work. This UC Irvine team definitely had a very impressive game, but you're going up against a more equipped offensively and defensive Oregon Duck team. Peyton Pritchard had a great game, 19-8. I look for guys like Kenny Wooten, who's already been mentioned in the chat. You got a very good rim protector there, a guy who knows how to swat some freaking balls, gets on the glass, and gets his offense when it's necessary. I just think that this Oregon team is just playing very nicely together. I think that they're on a roll. I think that they were able to carry it on versus Wisconsin, even though I was on the other side. And I could be setting myself up for a little bit of financial ruin by getting on them now and maybe getting on the wrong end. I just think that there's going to be a significant difference in pace. I think that when you have a lead guard like Peyton Pritchard, I think that he's a better lead guard than Barry Brown Jr. And I just think that you're not going to get the Oregon scoring droughts that you got with Kansas State. I do credit UCI's defense, but this Oregon team also hits 75% of their free throws. This is a very efficient team from the line. They hit the threes almost 40%, and they're going to score 50% of their buckets from the field. This is a team that I trust right now, and that's hard for me to say considering my distaste and my very negative thoughts and feelings towards the Pac-12, but I'm getting on Oregon on full game.
Oregon full game? Was that what you said, Max?
Yeah, Oregon full game.
All right, man. Like the Pac-12 team versus the Anteaters in the nightcap. Max, is there anything else you wanted to throw out there before we shut this down?
Yeah, there is. Robert Morris and Presbyterian are going to be playing at, I believe, 1 o'clock today. I don't know if the lines are out for everybody. I was able to get one with my local this about 15 minutes before the show. I'm looking to get on Presbyterian on the over. I want 147. I'll buy down right now. I think that Presbyterian's able to cover the first half. I think that Robert Morris will win the game full game. I think that this Presbyterian team, as much as I am enamored and love them because they are a very good side and road ATS team, they have a very good scorer in Adam Flagler. They have guys that can hit three-point shots like Corey Hightower and a solid point guard in Davon Bell. I just think against Robert Morris, we saw what they did versus Cornell, falling behind, coming back in that kind of fashion. Matty McConnell keeps on showing his freaking pale freaking head, and he keeps on scoring three-point shots and hitting clutch buckets. I think that if you can get another performance out of Josh Williams like you got in the game versus Cornell, and John Williams is not going to be just just a participant and a viewer and a contributor offensively, I think that the size that you have for Robert Morris will give Presbyterian trouble. I look for the guys, their 6'8" guys like Charles Bain and Yanis Mendy to have a big impact on the glass. And defensively, you got to focus on keeping Adam Flagler out of the lane, but I think that Presbyterian will surprise them first half. I think Robert Morris will come back and win the game on their home floor, and I think we're going to see points in this game.
And Max, where can people bet this at? Because it's not on the SBR odds screen right now.
So I believe that all the major sportsbook will have the line for the game before the game. I think that by 12 o'clock you should be able to get it. That's why I had to bet with my local. I had to get on this game. I know that this line is not going to stay where it is. And considering that this is mid-major basketball, there was no chance that I wasn't going to find a way to bet this game and get on this game.
Okay. All right, good stuff. And what tournament is it?
It's a CIT.
CIT. And is that the third tournament or is that the fourth tournament as far as like?
That is the fourth tournament, I believe.
All right, nice. Getting way down there into mid-major basketball. That's how you know there's value. All right, Max. Well, we got best bets, guys, and James Stacy in the house saying, hey, all, big balls play of the day, UCF plus 13, best of luck, tail or fade. So that's UCF plus 13, best of luck on the big balls play of the day. Max, you want to lead us off with play of the day?
Yeah, I'm always nervous and really hating to do this, but I will give a play of the day, and I will just wait till the end of the day to give it. I will take Oregon. I'm going to take Oregon at -5. I would have rather to get 4.5, but I do think that Oregon is going to win this game. So I'm on Oregon -5. As my play of the day, I will be crossing my fingers, praying to my God that I get a win on this one, so I don't have to take any more shit on Twitter.
All right, so Oregon -5 for Max. I got a couple bets I really like, Max, so I'm trying to decide between them.
Well, tell them all to me. Tell them all to me.
Okay, can I tell you all 2 for sure, maybe 3? Yeah, last time we did this, it worked out well, so I feel good about this. 1, Texas Longhorns. The way that they looked in their last game in the NIT, sorry about that. Didn't look like they wanted to play. Guys in the chat box saying they don't want to be in the tournament. Xavier, not that Xavier is that great, but I'm looking to jump on Xavier, and we can get him at +5.5, +6 even. So Xavier +6 is one of them. Also the UCF play, man. I like UCF +13. I just can't tell if that's more mind or heart. You know, I kind of do worry about Duke just out athleticizing them and kind of blowing their doors off. I could kind of see that happening, but I could see them, you know, a nice brand of offensive basketball where they're throwing it down to Taco Fall. He puts up, you know, 20-ish points. He's distributing nice, and they just stay with them the whole game. I could see that happening as well. And I'm also liking Virginia -10. I mean, I'm really trying to stay away from laying points, especially doubles, but I could see Virginia just kind of stifling Oklahoma on the defensive end for Virginia, and just pretty much, you know, I could see it being like a, I don't know, 70-50 type of game. So those are the top 3 that I was thinking for play of the day.
I would have to lean with the Xavier. I think that the Xavier spot is the best spot. That's a spot that you can cap motivation and the situation where everyone's going to be motivated and into the tournament games. I think that Xavier is definitely a good spot, and with the line moving down, I'd be jumping on it right now. So if out of those 3, I would definitely go with Xavier.
My play of the day is on Xavier. Thank you, Max, for your help. Last time this happened, it did cash. So I'm on Xavier plus the points. Plus, now see, it's 5.5 pretty much market wide. There is a rogue 6 out there at 5 dimes. So I kind of feel like I should put 5.5 out there, right, Max?
No. If you see a 6 at 5 dimes, we use 5 dimes. You should take the 6 at 5 dimes.
All right. Rest in peace, Tony. I will take Xavier plus the 6 on my play of the day. Max is on Oregon -5 for his play of the day. For Maxwell Smart 420 on Twitter. Great follow there for a lot of college basketball betting advice and plays. I'm Drew Martin Bets on Twitter. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Please smash the like button on your way out. Best of luck with your bets today. Enjoy the tournament. We will see you tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern.